on Watch What Happens. And I said all this before Watch What Happens, that I just don't see a world. I do see a world in which we start over, but I see more of a world in which we keep Teresa. I just do. I mean, I don't even like the woman. I do think she's an animal. But that's I believe everything Melissa Zoldno said on this podcast. I don't think anything matters. I think the fact that we just, to the public, to the general masses of the public, they think of Teresa when they think of RHONJ, and it's starting over didn't exactly work in New York, although it's a mild success. So that's how I feel. I just think it's funny that now it is on the cover of Radar, that an insider said this. Well, you listened to my podcast and now it's out there. I don't know. It's not about anything more than like, don't go think this is exactly true because it's from my mind. And so either my mind is right or not, but there is no insider. The insider is me, and I'm not an insider. I just have a mind that thinks these certain ways. Mind you, I think the fact that she was just on Watch What Happens and got like 400 something thousand views, which is the same amount of views as basically, even actually was more than the premiere of Dubai. I can't see them getting rid of Teresa. So that's what I see. And I see if you keep her, you're going to keep Dolo, because you got to keep somebody with her. And it's not going to be Aiden. And then I think it's going to be Fest. I mean, Fuda did the job. It's not going to be like, oh, Teresa doesn't get along with Fuda. No, Teresa is going to have to figure out a way. And maybe these newbies will come for Fuda or Teresa. Maybe there'll be a way that they come back together. Look, this isn't, I mean, look at all the other people Teresa has hated that now she's friends with. If it's not Melissa, and it's not her brother, and it's not Margaret, I don't think she cares. I don't believe that Teresa and Fuda will never be friends. I don't buy it. Teresa and Melissa and Joe and Margaret will never speak, but I think she'll actually, I think her and Fuda will come together, and there'll be a whole bunch of new young people, and it'll be just so mixed up. I'm convinced that that's what's going to happen. Go listen to the live show, which is on Patreon this Saturday. We already recorded it, and you'll see exactly what's in this article is what I said. I just think it's funny. All right, enough of that. We beat a dead horse. So excited. Denise Richards and the Wild Things. I mean, Denise has got her own half-hour, they say half-hour comedic reality show on E! We all know she was on E! Back in the day. First, she was an actress, then she was on E! Then she was on Housewives. I love that they're playing on Wild Things. I love that they're referencing her classic film with Neve Campbell, and it's going to be called Denise Richards and the Wild Things. Yes, your daughters and your husband are the Wild Things. Brilliant, brilliant name. You know, I'm convinced. I mean, look, we have to pitch these shows. And if there's a show to pitch, Evolution and Alex Baskin will do it. But I'm convinced that her returning to Beverly Hills was kind of the like catalyst for this. She returned. Yes, she was drunk and sloppy and on something, but that upside down jacket, it was humorous. It was comedic relief. Alex Baskin from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is the producer on this. There are other producers, one of which is a woman named Denise Richards. So she has learned, look, anyone could get, you got to get the show lit. And I think Denise could certainly use the money. I know she's making a lot on OnlyFans, but I mean, she has 2 daughters and she lives in California. So I think Denise is smart enough to know that there'll be no upside down jackets. Yes, it's going to be comedic and Denise can make fun of herself, but let's just be very clear, everyone. Denise is one of the producers, along with Alex and along with Evolution. Alex has these connections. He can get meetings. It's a great idea. But, there's not going to be any, what substance are you on? And did you sleep with Brandy Glanville? Denise is a producer. I still think it's going to be great. I don't think it's going to matter. Alex is involved. We're going to get some real stuff, but Denise is going to have a say in what is shown. So it's going to be light, like Kardashians. I don't think Denise is going to have the final say like Kim and Khloe and Kylie and Kendall and all these wonderful people. The Kardashians just sponsored this podcast. So thank you, Kris Jenner, and thank you, Hulu, for buying me my martini on Friday night, girls. I'm excited for this one. I asked a few weeks ago who's going to watch the Baldwins. Ooh, people went crazy. He's a killer. He's this, he's that. I'm going to watch the Baldwins. I can't wait. I'll be talking about the Baldwins here. And I'm gonna watch Denise Richards and the Wild Things. How many of you are gonna watch this? I'm convinced that her return to Beverly Hills got this green lit. Alex is involved. He pitched it. He smelled money. I also just love that those that had a career in the public eye before Housewives can still have a career in the public eye after. I think Rinna is killing it. Denise was doing well before this, but certainly this is major. I mean, how many housewives that are terminated can get their own show on E, you know? And I still believe Rinna. I still believe Rinna and Harry, and I mean, Delilah, her daughters and Amelia are so popular. I believe if Rita really wanted to go down that road with Harry and her and the two daughters, and one of the daughters has a boyfriend, I believe that Rita could have got something greenlit. I think if Garcelle was let go, Garcelle and the boys could get something greenlit. I think it's a great concept. You know, her other Sammy is on OnlyFans. Their father is Charlie Sheen. Charlie just said that he, stalks Denise's OnlyFans. So she's the one that got away. So I think Charlie could even make an appearance. I mean, Aaron, the hot husband. Great. I mean, and one of her daughters is special needs. I think it's Eloise. Maybe it's Lola, but I think that's great for people to see. I think it's a great show, and I'll be watching it, and we'll be covering it, and we'll be covering the Baldwins also. Sorry, and everyone's gonna run for the hills and scream on that one. Good for Denise. And it's E. And it's gonna be half an hour. So I mean, how much can go wrong in half an hour? I want to talk about this clip that is surfacing from the GLAAD event that our ladies, the RHOBH, everyone has filmed. And Erica Jane sang. She premiered her new song, Dominoes. And well, there's two clips that are surfacing. The first clip is Satine. Sutton was not, they're sitting around a table. Has everyone seen this? I'll have to share the clip today. Sutton was sitting around and she seemed like she was rather aggravated and the hands were flying. And we have to get into something with our Sarah Fraser because she was wrong. I mean, I see two things she's wrong about. And now the latest clip is Kyle Richards. Those hands are flapping. So Kyle, and at first you can't tell who it is. It's someone with blonde hair. It's either Kathy or Dorit. Kathy doesn't make any sense. Kathy and Kyle, they're not going to go there this season. That's not why we brought Kathy back. And, it is Dorit, and Kyle is not. I mean, her hands are flapping. Her fingers are pointing. She is angry. So this to me, I mean, I don't know where LVP is. I don't know if anyone has sent this to LVP. LVP is loving her life before. She's certainly loving it now. I mean, she is coming for Dorit, and I am so here. Listen, how many weeks in are we with Beverly Hills? We need some drama. Tap, tap, tap. It is Alex Baskin, the Valley.